In verses 1 through 5, Paul establishes his identity, his divine calling, and the centrality of Jesus Christ in the gospel message. He emphasizes the grace and apostleship received through Christ for the purpose of bringing about obedience to the faith among all nations for the glory of his name. This sets the stage for Paul to address his audience more directly. Verse 6 states, "Among whom you also are the called of Jesus Christ." Paul transitions from the general scope of his apostleship to the specific recipients of his letter, the believers in Rome. By stating, "Among whom you also are the called of Jesus Christ," Paul includes his readers in the grand narrative of God's redemptive work. This phrase highlights their identity and calling as part of the broader mission to bring about obedience to the faith. The term "called" here is significant. It indicates that the believers in Rome, like Paul, have received a divine summons. This calling is not based on their merit or efforts, but on God's sovereign grace. It is an effectual call, meaning it accomplishes what it intends, bringing individuals into a saving relationship with Jesus Christ. This is consistent with Paul's teaching elsewhere, such as in Romans chapter 8, verse 30, where he outlines the golden chain of salvation. Those whom God predestined, he also called. Those he called, he also justified. And those he justified, he also glorified. By addressing the believers as the called of Jesus Christ, Paul is affirming their identity and reinforcing their assurance in their salvation. They are not merely participants in a religious movement, they are the chosen people of God, set apart for his purposes. This calling unites them with all believers, transcending ethnic, cultural, and geographical boundaries. Verse 6 connects the broader mission of the gospel with the specific calling of the Roman believers. It emphasizes their inclusion in God's redemptive plan and their identity as the called of Jesus Christ. This verse reassures them of their place in God's family and their role in his mission. It calls them to live out their faith with the confidence that comes from knowing they have been chosen and called by God through Jesus Christ.